Die Frage nach der Wirkung des Strawinsky-Porträts, man kann sie so eng nicht stellen. Denn Richard Leacock hat 1966/67 immer in Zusammenarbeit mit Rolf Liebermann weitere Filme für den NDR gedreht. Allesamt keine Meisterwerke, gewiss aber alles Werke, die einen neuen filmischen Umgang mit der Wirklichkeit lehrten. Einen für uns neuen Umgang, muss ich gleich präzisieren, zumal anfangs der 60er Jahre in den verschiedensten Ländern eine Bewegung aufgebrochen war, die man mit dem Stichwort realistischer Film charakterisieren könnte und der nicht nur Leacock als einer der Exponenten des amerikanischen Uncontrolled Cinema angehörte, sondern ebenso die Filmemacher des Free Cinema Movement in England, die Vertreter des Cinema Verité in Frankreich und in der Schweiz, nicht zu vergessen die Polen und die Kanadier. Hierzulande, im bundesdeutschen Fernsehen vorab, war von solchen Bestrebungen bis dahin kaum viel zu spüren gewesen. Da liefen die nicht fiktiven, Themen aus Gesellschaft, Kunst und Wissenschaft abhandelnden Beiträge entweder nach wie vor nach dem Modell des alten Kulturfilms, der Wirklichkeit inszeniert, oder aber nach den Mustern des Features, in dem ein Fachmann verbal im Kommentar seine Meinung vorträgt und diese Meinung illustriert, fast stets mit austauschbaren, funktionslosen Bildern. Beiden Genres, dem Kulturfilm wie dem Feature, war eines gemeinsam. Aus ihnen sprach in erster Linie der Autor und die Bilder aus der Wirklichkeit, die sie benutzten, die Menschen, die sich in ihnen äußerten, hatten lediglich die Aufgabe, seine, des Autors Thesen zu stützen. Im Grunde genommen blieben sie bloße Versatzstücke. Leacock nun hat uns beigebracht, dass man den Dingen näher kommt, wenn man sich als Autor zurücknimmt, wenn man nicht selber spricht, sondern die Wirklichkeit sprechen lässt, und das möglichst ungeschminkt. Jüngere deutsche Filmemacher, wie beispielsweise Klaus Wildenhahn und Theo Galler, die damals ebenfalls in Hamburg saßen und nach neuen Wegen suchten, haben von Leacock in doppeltem Sinne profitiert. Leacocks Anwesenheit in Hamburg bot die Chance zu Gesprächen über Praxis und Methodik, und da der NDR Leacocks für Fernsehverhältnisse vorderhand eher ungewohnte Produktionsweise akzeptierte, konnte er ihnen ähnlich geartete Produktionsbedingungen nicht gut verwehren. So drehte Klaus Wildenhahn von 1966 bis 1968 5 lange Dokumentarfilme, ebenfalls über Themen aus der Musik, die den Leacockschen zumindest ebenbürtig sind. Nicht, dass ich damit unterstellen möchte, der heute internationalen Ruf genießende deutsche Dokumentarfilm sei letzten Endes beim NDR erfunden worden. Doch glaube ich, dass die Impulse, die wir damals von Hamburg aus geben konnten, dem deutschen Dokumentarfilm den Start erleichterten. Das, meine Damen und Herren, sollten Sie vielleicht mitbedenken, wenn Sie jetzt den dritten und letzten Teil des Strawinsky-Porträts von Richard Leacock und Rolf Liebermann sehen. Einen Film, der wiederum, ich verweise vor allem auf die Schlussszene, eine Reihe von wichtigen Einsichten vermittelt. Er beginnt übrigens gleich dem ersten Teil mit einer Studioaufzeichnung. Robert Kraft dirigiert das möglicherweise schönste Stück aus Strawinskys später Schaffensphase, die im Oktober 1964 vollendeten Orchestervariationen.
But this is the way how you start every piece when you compose. That you start with this kind of sketches of 3 bars of 1 bar harmonically or rhythmically.
Wir sind wieder in Hollywood.
Then you,
As I told Bob the other day that for my last work, the variations, it was very strange. It was between, I don't know, Chicago and Los Angeles. We sat down and I had in the ear some combinations, some intervals, and rhythmically, rhythmical intervals, which gave a melody. And I immediately took a piece, it was a piece of a Kleenex. I counted the notes, it was 12.
but then you don't know at that moment what it will give already.
Yeah, no, then I wrote down, and I saw that it was 12. I said, c'est tant mieux.
Yeah. But you didn't know for which piece or for what composition you would use it.
No. It was later then I decided that it will be variations. It was later, not immediately.
Yeah.
I put immediately, you know, the first variation has nothing to do with this melody, you know.
See, yeah.
That it is this melody.
I see.
You can do it.
Do you hear already an orchestration when you write these?
Very often.
Very often.
Very often, but not always. Sometimes I have to invent it.
Yeah.
In order to have certain, you know, balance and so on, you know. I have to invent it. And I invented very much in my last variations, the orchestration. Invention of some groups changing, you know. Yeah. That the change must be also, you know, of the same character as the variation itself.
I see.
Although the variations is remote from the musical taste of my dear friend, the late Aldous Huxley, I could not refrain from dedicating it to his memory.
Wir sind wieder in Hamburg bei der Probe der Variations. Das ist Robert Kraft. Sie kennen ihn bereits von den früheren Filmen.
Von 25 bitte, etwas mehr von...
Nabokov und Strawinsky.
Now you don't hear the horn at all. That's,
What?
You don't hear the horn at all. It's the
Not
weakest
at all, no.
instrument.
We don't
hear the
need,
horn at all, and then
we don't need to hear.
So?
We don't need to hear him. We need
have
to
to know
hear
that it's not
everybody.
Well, it's the weakest instrument of the 12. Is that?
He's,
Can't he play softer?
He's too loud. He's too soft.
Yeah.
It was mezzo piano.
No,
Always-
I mean,
always
yeah,
like
I
to
know,
have a
but we
piano.
never play mezzo piano.
Okay, no horn then.
I don't know what to do with the horn, because the horn is not more important than this part or this part. It's just the same.
You can only get
Horn deteriorano theater.
you can only get equal balance in the violins. Almost everything is legato.
Yeah, but I mean, if it hadn't been legato, it would come out much better.
Yeah, here is legato, but the horn is not legato. The horn is separate to be heard.
I would take these legatos out.
Yeah.
No, that's not this.
No. But
Not this.
no, here. Вот ваш легато.
Yeah, but
Почему они...
it will be too heavy.
Вы думаете?
Oh, yes.
А почему это вы держали 4? Легче было держать.
4 в такт. 4.
Erschöpft von den Proben auf dem Flug nach London. Pressekonferenz im Hotel Savoy.
Some rain. That's my whiskey. That's wonderful. So, gentlemen, tell me, please, you are interested probably in some questions. If I am able to answer you, I will do it with pleasure.
Are there any extra problems for a composer writing in old age? Does inspiration remain as fluent?
You know, for you, I am somebody of old age. For
No,
myself,
no.
I am not of old age.
Well, I think...
I have continued to live. And it is not my fault that I lived 83 years instead of 38. That's all.
Are there any differences in your technique now that you might count yourself a serial composer rather than... Do you still compose at the piano as you once?
I still compose on the piano. You know why?
Yeah.
I tell you something. I always had a piano, a little piano, upright piano, which I covered with felt in order to hear all the music I compose in pianissimo. Then I hear very well. I don't hear the forte.
Yeah.
The forte is too loud for me, you know. I can compose for forte, and for fortissimo, that's quite different. But when I compose myself, I have only to have the vibrations.
Yes,
And the
yes.
vibrations must be pianissimo. And then I hear every passo, if I can say it this way, of the sound. That's very important for me. And to compose, always hearing, never in the brain. I'm very glad to see you again. Yeah. So goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye. I'm very glad to meet you, everybody. Goodbye. It's a pleasure to speak with you.
Goodbye.
No, it was the Tsarist. He said it was intolerable living in Russia under the...
Das ist Georges Balanchine, der mit Strawinsky das Band der Variationen abhört. Balanchine hört es heute zum ersten Mal. Er möchte ein Ballett daraus machen und diskutiert die Partitur mit Strawinsky.
You know what? It's amazing that I didn't realize. When you look at this, the 12 violin starts, it looks like it's a little softer, the whole thing, and no rhythm. I mean, no
of course.
pulse.
No.
But now I hear the pulse. It's almost like a shaka.
Yeah, because they made accents, to be sure.
That's what it is. You're not supposed to, you know what I mean? Because you don't have to really accentuate time to be in time.
No. We have to be sure
It's a little bit
ourselves.
Yeah. Well, like planets, they really. I mean, the world. I always say that we are so wrong, but what is right? It's our feeling. It's more right than our calculation.
Our relation.
Yeah.
And they are not always the same.
Yeah.
They are different.
Yeah.
They are different.
No.
In some years, you will have different relations with the same music. And this one will be right.
Tempo in Italian.
No, in tempo in Italian. And time
Ja.
in English.
Wieder im Arbeitszimmer in Beverly Hills.
Durée limitée. That's all. And afterwards, many things.
And that's in the Larousse.
In Larousse. Durée limitée.
Ouais.
So,
Qu'est-ce qu'on fait avec ça?
qu'est-ce qu'on fait avec ça? I immediately saw what is durée.
Ouais. What is the way?
And durée, noun, durée,
Yeah.
substantif.
Yeah.
Espace de temps que dure une chose.
Oui. C'est bon. Bonne définition. On peut beaucoup faire avec cela.
Vous comprenez?
Oui, c'est difficile.
Temps, durée,
Durée,
espace de temps.
oui, espace de temps.
And you cannot go out.
Oui. Oui, ça c'est exactement le problème.
Le problème, to specify things.
Mhm.
When we say tempo, we think about the speed.
The metronome gives the speed or gives it, it gives the speed and not the time.
Yeah,
It gives the speed.
the speed, yeah.
And the speed is relative to the pulsation which you have every day.
The pulsation, even the pulsation is different. 1 minute ago, my pulsation was a little bit different as now.
Yeah, of course.
If I am, as a German say, aufgeregt, the pulsation is quite different than
But I'm relaxed,
I
yeah.
am
Relax.
quiet.
Yeah. Let's try out the 80. How fast is your 80 now?
Pam, 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 pam.
Well, it's practically what I felt too. Or is it a little bit, maybe it's a little bit slower. Dum, 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 dum. Let's try it out. Here's the metronome on 80. How do you put it on? Just tell me. Back up.
Das ist 80.
Slower. Even
Dum,
slower now.
Dum, 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 dum,
Huh?
dum,
We had a
Dum,
very quick pulsation, we both.
dum, 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 dum.
Yeah, we were both a little bit too fast.
Because the indifference of
Yeah.
this instrument.
Yes.
Because I remember it was da-ding, ba-ding.
No, faster.
You pass that.
Now,
No.
Well,
because we have all recordings are
Yep.
3 minutes slower.
yeah. And
It was 30 minutes.
yeah. Probably, this music to play during Diaghilev time, but during Diaghilev,
Yeah.
Apollon was impossible. They laughed at it. How? My God, what's... they couldn't calculate. What awful, And Prodigal Son, all the stuff was difficult. Now, people whistle on the street,
Not always in the street.
No.
Maybe in the bathroom.
No.
because they think they are absolutely safe.
And nobody can hear them.
Take some more. Let's be drunk.
Well,
you are not dancing.
Yeah, but I
am not dancing.
I have to face a dancer.
Der Balanchine und das New York City Ballet zu Gast im Studio Hamburg.
But all we have to do is put one but all the others behind.
Do you want them?
Yes, we want them.
Everybody.
We can do it. Aber Moment, es stimmt ja nicht.
Why
Es kann ja nicht.
we do all...
Susanne Farrell probiert aus, ob die Choreografie, die sie gewohnt ist, sich mit dem Tempo des Strawinsky-Bandes vereinen lässt. Strawinsky ist zu schnell für die Choreografie.
Played the piano. You know, he himself played. Tito.
Well, now all the variations of
Also in
Yeah,
1962, it was slow, more slow.
And I think the fact
Years later, they'll be looking at the
Yeah.
tails and saying, escalation.
Auch die Variation für Gloria Gavrin ist zu schnell.
This is all right. Yeah, I can do jazz. And then the end. Yeah, also. Yeah. Two. Da di ta 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 di ta ta di da di.
Balanchine versucht jetzt, sich an das neue Tempo anzupassen und erfindet eine neue Choreografie.
The jeté could be, it's all right. It could be in tempo if you want. Because actually, maybe, but you do it four. Tira, tiri, tara, tira, tara, 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 tira, tara, 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 tara.
Teegesellschaft bei Strawinskys in Beverly Hills. Der Herr mit dem Bart ist Gerald Hearn, ein Philosoph und Professor an der Universität in Los Angeles.
Can anything be said about it?
I don't know if there is a creative process as such. Only it could be felt by the pleasure you take.
By the pleasure you take?
Yeah. Only.
Only. Not by the infinite capacity.
If no pleasure, no creative problem. The problem of a bore.
Igor, do you mean the pleasure of actually doing it at that moment?
Christopher Isherwood, bekannter Schriftsteller und Drehbuchautor.
To be frank with you, I like to compose music much more than the music itself. Not which I compose, but the music itself.
Of composing.
The activity of composing is everything for me. It's for what I live, really, consciously. Unconsciously, subconsciously, that's quite different, you know. But consciously, I tell you immediately, I like to compose.
But you wouldn't care whether it was performed or not?
No, of course, in certain measure I care, because I am interested to hear if I was right or not, you know. But on the other hand, the performance is always for me a torture. If I do it myself or somebody else, you know, I want to correct, I am not at all easy in the moment of the performance. But I am at ease in the difficulties of composing.
Even in the difficulties?
Even in the difficulties. I know it's difficult, but I will go. And sometimes you think about, and so what? So what? We cannot finish this way. We cannot stop here. We have to go. I will see tomorrow. In the morning, we think differently than in the evening. That my practice told me. And I wait till tomorrow. I can wait as an insect can wait. I am somebody who is waiting all my life. But this is very important, to wait, and to know how to wait, and not be bored to wait. You are annoyed, maybe, to wait too long, you know, but I am waiting.